It's the biggest prize in the tour season, so not surprisingly, the competition is intense. The setting? Spectacular. The reward? Staggering. The promise of a thrilling 2015 final is about to get underway here at the Indiana course at Desert Springs. Hello and welcome to the desert and oasis that is the Desert Springs Resort for the Tour Championship. This is the stage for that last lung-bursting dash to the finish line. And although it isn't all about the prize money, well, £90,000 is a sizable carrot to dangle above the 60 players who have made it here today. It's also about claiming a card on the 2016 Challenge Tour. Only the top 5 guys in the order of merit can claim that honour, and picking up a winner's cheque here, well, it can suddenly transform the standings. Throughout 2015, we've seen over £800,000 in prize money won over 15 events. The men leading the way as we prepare for the Tour Championship are Aaron Rai, who after a 5th at Burr Hill stepped up to win on the Earl of Mar course. Gary King is 4th, but for much of the season he reigned supreme after back-to-back wins at Celtic Manor and Frilford Heath. Sam Connor is another who picked up 2 titles in the season, winning at Longhurst and the Carrick. Marcus Armitage won early on at Camberwell Park and then came back to his best at Close House. And the man leading the way is Darren Wright, who after winning at Burr Hill proved a model of consistency with 9 top 10 finishes, including a crucial 2nd at Prince's. Along with those top 5 finishers, the players who make up the top 10 are also worth keeping an eye on. Paul Howard, our winner at Newmarket, is 6th and the man most likely to threaten Aaron Wright's 5th spot. In 7th, the man who won at Moorallerton, Mark Lasky. Neil Fennick, who enjoyed a couple of 2nd place finishes, is in 8th. Alan Dunbar is another who finished twice runner-up, and the man who won at Chart Hills, Jordan Smith, completes our top 10. When you consider the number of golfers who have contributed to this season's tour, well, there's no escaping just what an achievement it is to make the top 60 and to be competing here at Desert Springs. They'll all be looking to stamp their authority not just on the order of merit, but here on this stunning course. It really is the perfect venue where reputations can be made or broken.
We're set for a dramatic and emotional finale here at Desert Springs as the PGA EuroPro Tour season comes to an end at the grand final. Ahead of the final round, Dan Gavins is atop the leaderboard with a 4-shot lead. The win for him and the £20,000 winner's cheque would take him to £32,000 and give him every chance of topping the order of merit. Sam Connor's up there. Darren Wright's not far off the lead. It's an exciting battle for that top spot. Beyond that, of course, there's the 5 Challenge Tour cards up for grabs. Aaron Ray currently occupies that 5th and final position. Just behind him, less than £100 behind him, Paul Howard will be playing in the same final group today, just 4 shots off the lead. There's so many permutations that we'll try and keep on top of as the final round unfolds. But whatever happens, you're going to have some people with a lot of money in their pocket and a Challenge Tour card for next season and some very disappointed golfers. It's going to be an incredible final round.
Well, it's all set to be compulsive viewing. Over the next 2 hours, the front runners will emerge, and along the way, we'll take a closer look at some of the characters who have made the season what it is. We'll take a plunge into a cave with a difference.
If you can win one event, why not win the whole thing? So that's been my mentality the whole year.
We'll find out just what it takes to make a golf course in a desert environment.
before this was built, and it was just an arid area. There's nothing in here.
And no programme would be complete without Johnny Morgan's unique view of the course.
Alpha Club out, this is what's going to happen. Bang, in it goes, bunker, and what a tough cookie this is.
This season has seen record-breaking prize money. From the opening event at Celtic Manor to the penultimate round at Prince's, over £800,000 has been up for grabs as the world's leading developmental tour took place around some spectacular venues across the UK. And one constant when it comes to backing the tour has been the hotelplanner.com group. They've watched with interest as their investment has allowed some of the most promising young talent to emerge.
We really enjoy this tour. We've been part of it for a few years now, and we just continue year on year to see better players coming out, and it's for us it's giving them a chance to show their skills, show their abilities, and hopefully progress on with their career. You come to resorts like this, it just makes it all the worthwhile for everyone, I think. We've supported this tour for a few years now, and we want to continue supporting it. We've just signed a new contract with them to be supporting it for the next few years. As I said, we think it's a great tournament, it's an exciting tournament, and we want to be part of that.
From the windswept hills of Scotland through links courses and other iconic venues, we are now here in Spain with a fresh challenge, and one that will require a very different approach, as Johnny Morgan explains.
Well, Desert Springs, here we are, grand final, and it starts here, hole number 1, PGA EuroPro Tour, and it doesn't get much better than this. Players don't get to play this style of golf course. Desert golf here at Desert Springs. I tell you what, just under 7,000 yards, par 72, just under 11 on the Stimpona greens. Greens are small, fiddly, lots of lovely bunkers, and wasteland, and plenty of it. Cacti, you name it, it's got it. Could damage your clubs. You got to play safe, strategic. It's a must. That is the grand final here at Desert Springs.
There are just 3 rounds of golf to conclude the season, and that's 3 opportunities to really try to make a name for yourself in this final event. So here's what happened in the opening 2 rounds. One man dominated the second round despite illness. Daniel Gavins battled his way round the opening 2 to ensure a commanding 4-shot lead going into the final day. Trailing in his wake a host of winners from the regular season, all on -8. Aaron Rai, victorious at Mar Hall, shot 2 rounds of 68. Rookie of the Year contender Paul Howard also carded 2 rounds of 68. Spaniard Sebastian Garcia Grout matched their feat of 2 -4 rounds, while Sam Connor, a 2-time winner in the regular season, carded a 67 on day 1 and a 69 on day 2 to complete our chasing pack. All of which leaves the leaderboard looking like this. Gavin's leading the way with 4 men 4 shots behind. Robbie Busher is still in touch at -7, with 3 players further back at -6, Cameron, Hinton and Kilpatrick. A whole host at -5, suggesting that the competition will be as fierce as ever as we prepare for the last act in the Tour Championship. Well, the players are ready, the course is prepped and the cactuses are prickly. We're all set for what's looking to be a fantastic final. So to guide us through are our commentators Johnny Morgan, Simon Golding and Scott Drummond.
Thanks, Sian. Well, like kids in a sweet shop, Scott and John are just keeping an eye on the early action out on the course, and they'll be joining me very shortly as we get this final round underway. Darren Wright had a fabulous season so far, and this, a big final 18 holes for the young man. Well, the order of merit leader going into the final round, Darren Wright, and here at Desert Springs, real opportunity for him to reflect on what has been a fine opening 2 days, but also a very good season to leave him in a good position this year.
Day 2, shot 4 under par. Took some chances, but really felt like I could have shot about 8 under. So looking forward to getting out there today and hopefully posting a score which I thought I could have done yesterday.
Just 7 shots off the lead, which, as we know, is not too much around this golf course. There's plenty of chances for birdies and double bogeys. Do you think you've got a chance of winning today?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, if I can just shoot sort of 6, 7, 8 under like I felt I should have done yesterday, it puts pressure on the leaders, and yeah, let's just got to see what happens.
Well, on the par 4s and par 5s this season, nobody has been able to touch Darren Wright. He's been an absolute birdie machine, and he really has a fabulous time of it. Now, can he make that sort of thing happen in this final round? Now, time to get to John Morgan at the first with his opening hole feature.
Right, boys and girls, here it is, start of the grand final here at Desert Springs. This is the first hole, par 5, 562 yards, sweeps from left to right and slightly up the hill. Now, X marks the spot in the far distance, beautiful little watchtower on the top of the hill, perfect place to hit it, 3-wood or driver. Do you know what? Nice little easy driver is going to do me to start the day. I tell you what, nice big high floaty left to righter, skirting with the out of bounds. I think I got away with it, but let's go and have a look. Now, second shot here, sweeps up from left to right. If I wanted to go for the green, it's probably all in the region of about 310 yards uphill. I mean, would you take it on? Not really, unless you're Darren Lloyd who hits it an absolute country mile. But it's all about layup zone. Here we go. But I think that's good. That'll be about 110, 120 yards to go in. But let's go up there and have a closer look. Well, it comes to the approach shot here at the first hole, and this is what the boys got to deal with. 2 bunkers at the front. Can't really see them once you get upon them, but if you were going for the green and 2, they're probably bang in play. Now I think to myself, it's 130 to this back right pin, which is going to be on the final day, and you've got to think to yourself, right, if I go into it too hard, I'm going to spin it too much, it's going to come back to my feet. So a nice little, you know, go up a club, hit it nice and easy, take the spin off it, and I tell you what, it might do the right job. I think I've played a peach here. Just carry a little bit, carry a little bit. If that holds up on the top, I think the boys are in for a great treat of a birdie try here on the very first hole. And that could lead to the best start here at Desert Springs.
And Darren Wright looking to make the perfect start. Birdie opportunity at this par 5 opener. This would move him to 6 under the card. Smooth stroke, but not quite the outcome that he was looking for.
Corner right, Jordan. Yeah.
But Darren Wright, I'm sure, will be looking to capitalise on plenty more chances as this final round moves on. So Darren Wright is underway, our Race to Desert Springs Order of Merit leader. And Sam Connor, 2-time winner in the regular season, is once again challenging. 8 under, 4 shots off the leader, Daniel Gavins, and he's been talking to Kit Alexander.
I've caught up with Sam Connor, who sat 3rd in the Order of Merit coming into this week, and you're tied 2nd heading into the final round. It's going really well for you, Sam. It must be a course you like.
I do really like the golf course. I mean, you don't have to hit it a million miles, and you have to think a little bit off the tee. You know, you can't just smash drive every hole. There is a lot of strategy on this golf course. So I really do like it, yeah.
You've already had 2 wins this season. How much is that going to help you heading into this final round?
Definitely the experience of winning will stand me in good stead. I think I'll be feeling calmer than if I'd never won before, and where I place my value is probably going to be better as well. So yeah, it can only help.
Robbie Busher is another player who is challenging. He completed the opening 2 rounds to end up at 7 under, and he's now chasing the biggest win of his career. And he's also been talking to Kit.
I needed to shoot a low one yesterday after only shooting level par first round, and I got off to a nice start, 4 under through 9. And you know, it was only, I didn't play that much different. I stayed out of the desert a little bit, but I just hold a few putts, and you know, around here, if you putt well, you can score very well.
That 65 yesterday ties the best round of the week so far. Do you think the same again will be enough for the title?
It depends on what Daniel does. Obviously, he's played very, very well. He's got a 4-shot lead. I'm 5 behind him, so I think for me to win, I'd need a little bit of help from him. But winning isn't easy, so if I can, you know, be a few under at the turn and put a bit of pressure on, then who knows?
So Robbie Busher and Sam Connor with their 3rd shots into this par 5 first. Beautiful conditions today, and if you get your yardages right, then you've got an opportunity to shoot some very low numbers, and that is a superb approach. So Busher looking in good shape at the first. Can Connor follow him? Sam Connor from Alsager, very impressive with his 2 wins this season. Looks like a young man who knows exactly where he's going and what he wants to achieve, and that too is a fine shot into the first green. Well, despite battling illness for the last couple of days, Daniel Gavins has remained on top of the leaderboard and starts the final round, an impressive 4 shots clear of the field. He talked to Kit.
Our tournament leader, Dan Gavins, has taken a few moments out of his practice to catch up with us before the final round. Dan, a fantastic total of 12 under par, but I believe you've been feeling a little bit under the weather this week.
Yeah, it started after round 1 really. I went to sleep on the night of the after the first round and just didn't get any sleep that night. Was up all night really. Kind of stopped at 9 o'clock in the morning and kind of dragged myself here and played.
And played very well.
I did, yeah. Shot 7 under. Not quite sure how I did it, but just kind of came out here with no expectation and played well.
4-shot lead, which many people will think feels quite comfortable, but I'm imagining you're not feeling quite so comfortable at the moment with everything else that's gone on off the course.
No, well, I woke up this morning and didn't feel great either. Just have to try and get around the course again today, like yesterday really. Just not really expect anything, just try and get around.
Well, Daniel Gavins might have that healthy lead, but the way some of these players have started this final round, they're on a mission. He's going to have to keep an eye over one shoulder, I think, today. Connor then. Well, that was a birdie opportunity for Connor to move to 9 under. Just didn't quite have the pace. But a solid start from him, but a real opportunity here for Robbie Busher to immediately move his score along. Busher then for birdie. Birdie it is, and Robbie Busher moves to 8 under the card for the tournament, and that's a nice start from him. That'll give him a bit of encouragement ahead of the final 18 holes. The chasing pack have made their intentions clear on the opening hole of the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship here at Desert Springs. Action continues after the break. Welcome back to Spain and Desert Springs for the Tour Championship. It's the final round on the race, not just for the winner's check, but also the chance to make top 5 in the order of merit and pick up a card on the Challenge Tour. A life-changing moment for some of these players. And conditions and pressure, well, that they're going to have to learn to live with if they want to further their careers down the years. Well, I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Scott Drummond and John E. Morgan for our final showdown of the season. And so far, so good for our players. Daniel Gavins still leading, but John, he's had a tough few days, hasn't he?
He has indeed. He was laying down after every shot during the second day, but he still shot 7 under, so it wasn't obviously that bad a stomachache, was it?
Yeah, raised a few eyebrows. Tummy trouble for Gavins, but still going along nicely. Now Jordan Smith at the third. 6 shots behind, but I guess the kind of conditions, Scott, where you can find a number today.
Yeah, I think so. Perfect conditions there. Look, no breeze. Green's rolling nicely, so the guys have just got to start banging those putts in.
Yeah, indeed. Now the rock and roller Sam Connor loves his guitar, and that is not the bunker shot you want. But there was a lot of sand behind that ball.
Yeah, the boy from Alsager has been a winner on the tour this year. Now chances here, an eagle potentially to follow the birdie for Smith.
This could be sweet as a nut, and it is eagle. What a start for the Southwester. Boa boy.
Just the sort of start he was looking for today, as indeed some of the other players.
Yeah, that'll get things rolling nicely, but this is a must-make putt here for Connor.
Yeah, damage limitation here. Can he get away with a bogey? Yes, grabs the left edge.
Yes, doesn't look too happy at the moment, does Connor? But I'm sure things will improve. Now, right, we've been very impressed with this young man during the season.
Yeah, he's got some serious game. Hits a ball a country mile. Very confident young lad. Seen some great play from him all through the course of the season. Great to watch.
Now then, sick note, as we've been calling him. Poor old Daniel Gavins. There's not much of him anyway, but he's lost a few pounds already this week. How well will he go in this final 18? Oh, and rather like Connor, just tugging that one over to the left-hand bunker.
Yeah, popular spot so far.
Yeah, but short-sighted. That ain't going to be happy. Look at the crowds blossoming. All come out to watch some great golf here on final day. Hopefully they're in for a big treat.
Debutant on the EuroPro Tour this season, but a very talented player, 24-year-old Robbie Busher. Been there or thereabouts most weeks. And fully expect to see him in the mix in this final round.
And that's a great shot there. Great approach to the par 5. Sets up an eagle chance.
Look at this, short-sided. Got to get this one up high. Little bit of check. Land it soft. He's played aggressive past the hole. It's not going to be coming back from there, though. That's left him a tricky one down the slope to save his part. Now Busher for an eagle. Can he follow Mr. Smith?
Up and out of it a little bit early.
He was indeed, Scotty.
Gavin's all the way back after that bunker shot to get his par.
Yeah, a bit of break from right to left here, coming down the slope. Don't want to hit this one too firm. Is it going to dive in? Oh, just broke late across the face of the hole.
I hate to say it, but I wonder how many of these shots that we're going to see in this final round are going to end up as crucial. There's a starter for Gavin's. Not a happy man.
Busher here just to tidy up. After a tremendous second shot in, he will be pleased with the birdie anyway. Or he should be.
Yeah, he should be.
Yeah, you can tell him, Scott. I'm not going near him. Goodness me.
Man on a serious charge here. Jordan Smith.
Yes, at the 6th. Got off to an absolute flyer. And Smith got to keep it going now.
And look at that. What a tidy chip that is.
Yeah, lovely touch.
Now, 2 gloves. Mr. I, even in these conditions, still wrapped up nice and warm.
Mate, solid as a rock, this young lad. He really is. Doesn't do much wrong. Daniel dart off the tee, always in play. Lovely jubby, look at that. Setting up another good chance.
Gavin's then still with that 3-shot lead. Now, on most days, you would feel that that cushion is just what you need in a final round. But I'm afraid, whether it's pressure, whether it's what he's endured over the last couple of days, I don't know, but that's not a great shot.
And here we are, Chris Gain with a chance for birdie.
I remember this man's got some serious dance moves.
Indeed, I think we've witnessed those, haven't we, John?
We have witnessed them. His legs go in every direction.
I think he might have calmed down a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he's got a few babbers now, hasn't he? Now, Mr. Gavin's long bunker shot, pin back left on this green. Can he fly it all the way? He's gone for the runner.
Judged it pretty well. Pretty well.
Not bad. Birdie effort now of about 6-7 feet. Now, Jordan Smith for yet another birdie. A little tap in here. Yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
That's the way to do it, isn't it? We love to see a spectacular putt drained, but if you can be rolling them in for that distance to score, that's fine.
Now another eagle attempt here for Wright.
Go on, break.
Oh. Well, we all thought it would. He thought it would, and it didn't.
Now, Mr. Hinton. Tough hole, this 6th. You can try and have a go at it. This pin tucked front right, just over the bunker. Not easy to get to, and he holds a gobbler right across the green.
And the 26-year-old from Oxfordshire, that'll get things rolling nicely. Now, Gavin's for birdie. This would surely settle the nerves. No. Well, some concerns for Daniel Gavins then at the start of his round. Just not quite working for him at the moment. Well, we'll get back to the action in a moment, but for now, let's hear from Sian.
The race to Desert Springs has been intense, and going into the final event, one man has emerged on top. With his win at Burr Hill, consistent finishes and an impressive second at Prince's, Darren Wright is in pole position going into the Tour Championship. And earlier on, Kit Alexander caught up with the man himself as he prepares for the final round.
I'm talking to the man all the players are chasing this week at the Tour Championship, our Order of Merit leader, Darren Wright. It's been a fantastic year for you so far. What have been the highlights?
The highlights, obviously, my win at Burr Hill. To get a win is something a lot of players believe they can do, but actually finishing off the job and crossing the line is another thing. So that, obviously, a massive confidence boost.
You've been the most consistent performer all year on the EuroPro Tour. What's been the key to that consistency?
It's hard to put my finger on it, really. I mean, I've developed as a golfer this year I've sort of jumped to that next level really. At the end of last year I finished 43rd on the Order of Merit on the EuroPro, and just kind of was pretty honest with myself and had a look at my game and where I could improve and stuff, and I've just driven the ball a lot better, so I give myself a lot more opportunities out the middle of the fairway, and just taking advantage from there really. I think my game's ready for European Tour. I'm friends with a few guys on the main tour, and I play with them a bit, and there's no difference. I'm pretty excited to see what's ahead really. If I can just keep up my consistent results with the stats I've been showing this year, there's no reason why I can't get myself to the European Tour.
How important would it be to finish top of the Order of Merit rather than just getting your Challenge Tour card through finishing 2nd to 5th in terms of the importance of the exemption it gets you next season?
Yeah, it's really important. If you win the Order of Merit, you're guaranteed to be at the top of your category. So yeah, that gives a bit of emphasis on doing well this week and trying to maintain my #1 position. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen, but since Burr Hill when I won, if you can win one event, why not win the whole thing? So that's been my mentality the whole year, and I've just got to get this one tournament out of the way and finish off the job, and I believe I'll deserve to be at the top of that Order of Merit.
Well, just fading away here in Desert Springs at the moment. So Darren Wright, in terms of this championship, not quite going as well as he would like, but in terms of the work he's already done this season, we think he's done enough to get his card if he can just maintain some discipline through this final round. But that's how things stand. Daniel Gavin's still just about clinging on to the lead, but +2 for the day. He won't be pleased with that, and he's going to have to keep a very watchful eye over those guys that are just behind him. Well, this is one of the players that will feel he's in contention, worked his way back to just a single shot down. The two gloves of Aaron Wright. And as John Morgan has already said, this man is deadly accurate. Maybe not the longest hitter, but very accurate.
Yeah, Aaron the Dart Rye. He seriously is, dissects every fairway he looks at. And the short 5th, only an iron off the tee to leave a wedge into this green that kind of faces you from back to front. Can really dominate this hole if you play it nice conservative off the tee.
Yeah, at least Gavin's can keep an eye on one of those men that he needs to watch during the course of this round. Rye is playing alongside him. Here's Smith though. What a charge from this man on the final day so far.
Yeah, just the start he would have wanted. Just wants to keep some momentum going now. And not too far away with that one.
He's been beating himself up a bit out there today.
Yeah, and he's absolutely ripping it. The 5th hole, 2nd shot for Wright. Now this man is the first man to get on the range and the last man to leave. His work ethic is fantastic, and look at that. What a beautiful golf shot.
Well, it's not rocket science, it pays off if you're prepared to put the hours in. On the range, walking the course, doing your sums, it will pay off. And there's another man whose work ethic is excellent, but I'm afraid from Gavin's point of view it's not going his way.
No, it isn't. Definitely a club shy there. Now Jordan Smith, can he rack in another birdie from off the green? Not an easy one to get right.
He's full of confidence though. And there's another one.
Everything this man touches at the moment turning to gold. Watch out, Jordan Smith is flying.
He is, machine. That's a tough one, right up on that bank. Just got to pop it up high. This is a very confident shot needed. Oh, look at this one, right up in the sky. Oh, that's confidence for you.
Yeah, that was well played. Very well played.
Thing is, the greens are really receptive at the moment. The downpour a couple of days before has really softened it up a little bit, and you can take dead aim.
Joint leader then, Jordan Smith from the 8th. Got things moving very, very nicely, and everything now just looks like a chance for him. And here's a chance for Rye to move himself to double figures under the card. Oh, he'll take that. He'll take that. Playing very well at the moment is Aaron Wright.
To steady the boat for Gavin's, you've got to think, got a hole of few. This one for par.
Deserve that. That's a cracking up and down.
Yeah, it was. And it might just settle him down. He's really got to just focus on his own game now, though.
This is the beastly 8th par 3, 212 yards off the back to a tiny little green, but it funnels from right to left. And this is a long putt. He can't hold another one, can he? He doesn't. This one's slightly leaking off to the right with a bit of work to be done to save his par.
We're seeing quite different characters out there in this final round at the moment. We've got Ryan Gavins going about their business quietly. We've got the exuberance of Jordan Smith at the moment. I wonder who's going to come out on top today, and that's another beautiful shot. He's got good control at the moment with his short game, Gavins.
An important putt here just to keep his momentum. There it is. Confidently done, back of the hole.
Yeah, he's looking good and doing very well, as Scott said, to just keep that momentum going. Now, chance for Gavins here to hit back. He's been asked the question in this final round, and he has responded very well indeed. Takes the lead again, does Daniel Gavins. Well, that's certainly going to help things. Gavins moves out to a one-shot lead. Not the lead that he did have in this tournament, but at the moment, I think the way things are going, he'll take anything. But he's got some serious company, and as we move through this final round, I think we're heading for a cracking finish to our season. Well, he's been aggressive, he's been confident, and now Jordan Smith has applied the pressure to long-time leader Daniel Gavins. More to come in the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship here at Desert Springs.
Welcome back to Desert Springs and the Tour Championship. Now, without a doubt, this is one of the most challenging courses that players have had to face all tour, and it's proving to be a testing final round. Well, our resident professional Johnny Morgan is taking a closer look at the course.
This is the toughest cookie the boys are going to have to deal with early doors. Now, the 7th, 421 yards. Slight little dog leg from left to right, and it is tight as you like. Here we go then, Mickelson style, feet outside the tee box. On the left-hand side, here we go. That's going to be tough from there. Let's go up and have a look. As we're walking down here, you can just see though, 40 yards wide it is, this fairway, where, you know, wasteland to the left, wasteland to the right, wind's breezy. I've come up towards my ball, I can see it now, just in the rough. Now, I always find when you get a lie like this, you want to get it in the back of the stance, hood the club a little bit, you de-loft it, so you get, you know, a sand iron becomes a pitching wedge, get steep, hit it hard, all of a sudden you make it go the distance of a wedge, but you get less grass between ball and club, which is vital. You don't want that flyer. Straight at it, going on the wind. Well, fan dabby dozy at the back of the green there. The boys come final day with that pin back right. We'll be happy as Larry with that baby there. Nice little uphill putt. Might make a birdie on this tough beauty 7th.
Now, come on, John, it's only me and Scott in the booth with you. Was that your first shot?
No, I shanked the first two. They went straight right, missed the green by about 50 yards.
A bit of honesty there from Johnny Morgan, but usually he's on the money. Now, a bit of local talent here. Player that we've seen in action on the EuroPro Tour a number of times over the years, Sebastian Garcia Grout, and yes, he is a relation.
Yeah, this man knows this course like the back of his hand. Played here many times. But here's a man in serious form here. Final day, Jordan.
Lovely swing there, good balance.
He looks solid as a rock. Now, if he can get it in that front bunker, I think he has. That's not a bad place to be. Nice little splash shot. Coming up, first third. Nice, Sebastian. 8 iron in hand.
Yeah, he doesn't need 3 takes there, does he, John?
No, he doesn't need 3 takes there, Scotty. He's warmed up, though.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Now then, isn't it interesting the way we talk about bunkers nowadays? These players happy to find them because they know what they can do from them. And he has manufactured something quite impressive there. But again, turned away straight away. He wanted more.
Yeah, very focused he is today. He's looking for the 60 or the 59 possibly.
Can't imagine that. Holy guacamole. Now, Sebastian, can he slot it in for a birdie? Yes, he can indeed. And that might be the momentum he needs, especially on that tough 7th.
Now, after getting off to a fabulous start, just stalled a little bit, Smith. This will get him moving again.
Mate, that is insane. This boy is seriously on fire. There's birdies and eagles galore.
That is some front 9 for Jordan Smith. Certainly the man at the moment on form. And Raya's played pretty tastily as well. Moved himself to 10 under. His shot from the 7th. We'll see what his accuracy's like here.
God, look at that one bounding on.
He gets it to skip on, doesn't he?
He does. He's got a lower ball flight than most, and he gets a lot of run on it. So he's up with them all.
Now, 26-year-old Craig Hinton from Tame. Very solid player, has been putting himself out there on a number of different tours and has performed well as an amateur as well. Reached the upper echelons of the amateur game when he was involved there.
That was an incredible shot there.
Now Gavins, I think he's done well just to recover his composure here. Been put under a lot of pressure by Ryan Smith in particular. Oh no, it's happened again. I spoke too soon.
Well, he's gone for the pin there. Tight pin at the back of the green.
All right, out with the Sandy. Can dominate this flag. Oh, he's gone for a little shorn-off shotgunny shot.
Yeah, different approach there.
Oh, that's a beauty. And lovely, almost match play context to that shot, having seen Gavins make a bit of a rickets of it. Now, Hinton, Scott, he was pretty close to an albatross there.
Yeah, indeed he was. That would have been something, but a great eagle anyway. 2 great shots in and the shortest of putts there. That's just what players like. Now then, to make of this one, John.
Flop it right up your left nostril. He hasn't gone for it. He's gone for the little bump it short of the green, but unfortunately that's scooted by. I'd have definitely got some airtime on that one. Now Hinton putting through the fringe for his birdie. After a great eagle on 9, can he slot this one in for bird? It's going to break, hold its line. Oh, never had the legs anyway.
A little bit timid, and one thing you don't want to do on a final day is not give your putts a chance.
Yeah, doesn't matter if you're a foot, 2 foot past, you get the read. As you see it drift past the hole, got to give it a dabble. All right, now this would be a lovely little birdie.
This to go to 11 under. Oh, and a groan.
Oh, that looked like it defied gravity there.
Yeah, the old cellophane bridge.
That's the baby. That's my line. I like that line, Scotty.
I think I patented it, I think.
Yeah, you did patent it. How much that cost you?
A couple of quid.
Bargain.
Now then, big putt here for Gavins. Needs this one.
Oh, well done, young man. Well, he's had to endure all sorts this week as Daniel Gavins, but he's standing up to it. Now, wherever you look, there's no escaping the fact that we're surrounded by deserts. In the distance, the mountains cocoon this part of Spain, giving it a unique microclimate. There's nothing quite like it in Europe, and its creation makes for a fascinating story, as John found out.
Well, here at Desert Springs, this is one of the very many fantastic things around this golf course, the Short Game Academy. And what a Short Game Academy it is. Simon Coker, Sports Director, Golf Director of here at Desert Springs, and Alfonso Castanera. I tell you what, this boy, Product Manager, and this place, well, what can you say about it? It is absolutely gorgeous. But I want to ask you, Alfonso, you know, this golf course, I mean, to put it all together, I mean, it's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, from start to finish, I mean, it must have been just barren, and now look at it.
It is. It's a fantastic development. You take a look at before this was built, and it was just an arid area. There's nothing in here, and all of a sudden you have the most unique course in Spain, probably, with with a great golf academy, a unique golf course. It's just, it's unbelievable. Great area. I think from a player's perspective, it is a challenging course, which obviously we like as professionals. But it's also one course that stays green for the whole year.
Well, I think as far as golf course design and golf course construction is concerned, Peter McAvoy, who was the designer of the Indiana course, you know, he set out in his mind and then onto paper how he wanted the golf course to play. But I think most great golf course architects understand that on the ground things can change with the crew that you've got doing the earth moving, the cut and fill, one thing and another, and in particular the shaping. You know, when the Sand Pro is out on the green and it's moving that gravel around one thing and another to just give the soft contours that you want, sometimes it can just be a little bit different on the ground than it can be out of somebody's mind onto a piece of paper. And then ultimately the true test of the architect's plan and design and what the guys have actually put out onto the ground is going to be assessed or judged by the players themselves. So we need a golf course that can be played by, you know, the top players in Europe at the moment, which we've got here now. But also by the guy who wants to go away for a 3 or 4 night summer break or winter break and play some golf and not come off on their knees, come off looking forward to going and playing the golf course a second time.
Even if you're not a golfer, it's a pleasant walk. If you're a 20-hit handicap, you're going to just be amazed by the variety of cacti, plants, colors around the fairways. It's just a joy to play, and I feel very privileged to work in a place like this, and every once in a while go out and sneak a few holes.
Well, we've got more movement on the leaderboard. Birdies at 10 and 12 for Jordan Smith, and that moves him to a 2-shot lead at 13 under. But check out some of those other scores out there today from the early starters, the likes of Chowdhury and Elson, moving through the course very nicely indeed. Some good scoring in the final round of the season. And here is one of those boys that is going along nicely, moving towards the end of his round. But Elson putting himself in a decent position here for a solid finish.
He's out with a wedge, tight back right pin. Up on this ledge, not easy to get to. Oh, and he's made it look a doddle. Look at that, really dominating the spin of the golf ball. Pinoy.
And playing alongside him, Neil Chowdhury, 8 under at the moment for his round today.
Yeah, I was able to play with this young lad in the Pro-Am, and he was showing his might then. He really was swinging the ball beautifully, working hard on his golf swing, trying a new driver. Oh, and that's a tough chip from there. Really claggy, thick rough round the back edge of this green.
Now Craig Hinton won the Welsh Amateur Stroke Play back in the day and still looking to kick on in the pro ranks, but I think he's got certainly the ingredients to make it based on what we've seen this season.
Now then, Chowdhury from this chunky grass, like you said, John. Difficult to control it.
He's gone for the big flopper and he's overdone it. But he's feeding back off, but there's a ledge there. If it catches the other side, it's going to be well away. And look at it, still rolling away from him. And that's left him a toughie there, Scotty.
Yeah, disappointing. Only a wedge into the green as well.
Oh, we finally get to see a dodgy shot from the wasteland.
Oh, he's played that superbly. Absolutely superbly from that stuff.
Oh, that was a confident stroke. Nipped it off beautifully. Lots of chubby checker on it as well.
Yeah, right. The boys have mainly kept themselves out of the rough stuff during the course of this week. Right. Splash of sand as he sends that one into the air.
And that's coming up just shy of this green. Tough cookie, this 10th.
And then Chowdhury. Difficult putt for par. He'll be happy to get this down in 2, I'm sure. Up and over. Still work to do there, John.
Oh, not off. You'd like that one at least 2 foot closer, if not stone dead. And that's stating the obvious, but this one, ball above your feet. Feet in the hazard.
Yeah, working it in right to left. Trying to use the slope. Maybe just a yard too long there, a little bit unlucky.
Yeah, he wasn't really going to get a lot of spin out the rough there. He could have done with being on the fairway, pitching it there to zip back down to the flag. But now Busher, can he make a great up and down? Oh, that's disappointing after such a great chip from the wasteland.
And he'll react as he always does, effusively, one way or the other. And it goes, but disappointment for Busher, especially after that recovery. Well, there you go. There's your explanation of what happened. Now, Smith, this is the man of the day, the man of the moment. He's got a chance of getting past that course record that Court set in the Pro-Am.
And this one here on 13. Oh, he would have liked better than that, in a good position. Probably a little bit too close to this green for his third. Could really get the control he wanted there, Scotty.
No, he couldn't. Now Elson. Yeah, superb putt. Looking to finish strong.
This boy's been around for donkeys now. He's my era in the England team.
Yeah, well experienced. European Tour experience as well.
Exactly.
Now then, Chowdhury, just to drop the single shot.
It's going to hold its line, this one, pretty straight. And there it is. Most confident stroke. Be happy to come away with a bogey. Shrug the shoulders. Wipe the slate clean, move to 18.
Yeah, then right. Playing alongside Gavins. That would have been his initial marker today, but he's got to keep an eye on Smith now. He's still in the mix, certainly, but he'll be disappointed with that one.
Now Smith for another bit. This one looks like it's going to come from the left, but I've got a feeling it's going to hold its line. And just come up out of that a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, the greens are so good. These guys are looking to hold everything.
I mean, he was 8 under through 12 holes. I mean, what a start. Now Gavins, can he turn the tide? It's not been his day so far, but you never know. Could come back strong. He's cozied that one up whole side on this difficult 10th for par.
I think we've seen Daniel Gavins, Scott, play just about every shot in the book so far today.
Yeah, he's had a mixed bag, hasn't he? But there's still time for him. Finish strongly. Just focus on his own game, but this is the boy at the moment. Just a clean up for his par. Disappointing.
Yeah, disappointed with his par. A wry smile there from Smith. That's how well he's been going today.
A rye to save his par here at 10. He'd have seen the ball roll past the hole from his chip. He knows the line. Oh, and he didn't read it right. Must have tugged it a little bit. Yeah, so pure, this course. Really well defined. Absolute gorgeous track. The boys are loving it.
They certainly are. Jordan Smith in particular. It's a bit of a jittery leaderboard, but Smith has been the one constant and maintains that 2-shot lead, still 8 under the card for his round, but a few new names into contention. Craig Hinton will be happy with the way he's gone, and Aaron Rye just dropping a shot at an unfortunate time. But Smith has made his move, a string of birdies in a remarkable final round. Who else can touch him at the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship? Welcome back to the Tour Championship. Before we get back to the action on this final day, we can hear from Simon Coker, a man who's been the driving force behind Desert Springs, and his vision for the future stretches beyond golf to encompass a few other sports, as John Morgan found out.
Well, Simon Coker in the house, sports director, golf director of Desert Springs Golf Course. How you doing, my friend?
I'm very well, buddy. Very well
right?
indeed. Yeah, lovely day, wonderful.
Here looks an outrageous setup. I mean, looks like you got the football pitch, you know, so people could come and practice their football.
Yeah.
But most of all, you're really focusing on the cricket side of things.
Very simply, the Cricket Academy at Desert Springs was born from a conversation that took place with Middlesex, where they said, well, if you had grass wickets, we'd actually like to come down in our out-of-season time and do some winter training.
How good's that?
Yeah, so what we did was we put in 6 grass wickets. From then on, we've had a lot of the county cricket clubs come down, and they can do their fielding practice here. They can do their batting and their bowling practice. We've obviously got the gymnasium up at the Sierra Sports Club, so they can do their health and their fitness. So everything is here for them to come along and have a sports training camp or a winter pre-season camp before the season starts. And that's now led, as a consequence of the success that we've had, and also with the England team coming over, we've just now put in another 15 wickets for next season, just because of the demand that we've got for reservations.
You can see in your hand is like the holy grail, you know, the green jacket of, you know, the Masters. I mean, that's the England bat, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we're very proud to have this, and we were even
Pre
proud
Ashes.
to have the England squad come over to Desert Springs to train at the Cricket Academy. And what's even better is that they actually went on and won.
Yeah,
so,
well, mate, that makes it even worth a little bit more, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't have it.
Wait, please, come on.
No.
We'll have a little bet on the golf course, like a chipping comp or something like that, with 5 irons.
No, I need a fair bet.
Yeah, you do need a fair bet. No, that's fair enough.
Right then, back to the sport that we came to Desert Springs for, namely the golf. And a rather interesting finishing hole, John.
It is indeed. It kind of takes driver out of play because it's so tight down in the landing zone. 4 iron off the tee, but it leaves you such an awkward second to a longest green in the world I've ever come across, 65 yards long. And look at that.
Class from Elson there. Pin high. Looking for that strong finish. Birdie, birdie.
Yeah, there's a couple of extra pounds in his pocket. Now Chowdhury taking a little bit of the corner on. Got less club coming in. Be careful with the water on the left. Oh, that's a confident shot.
Yeah, straight down the flag, wasn't it?
And look at that. Clears those hips nicely out the way. Bumps it through. Strong old lad, this boy.
Yes, looking to repair the damage at 17. Dropped a shot there, but looking for a strong finish at the last. Now then, Smith, keep your eyes on this young man. So far, he has been the pick of the bunch. Absolutely flying through the first part of his round. Can he finish strongly down the stretch? It's another cracking shot from him.
Oh, yardage is a spot on there. Such a great hole, that 14th. Beautiful par 3.
Elson, putt of similar distance to the last, and the same result. Middle of the hole, what a finish.
Oh, flawless round of golf. 64. Pinch yourself, Jamie. Great comeback, mate, to get yourself back in the mix.
Yeah, lovely way to finish the season. Not going to be enough today in terms of this Tour Championship, but that's a good finish.
No, this is a right edge putt. Oh, he's gone for dead straight and firm, and it just swung right at the death. There.
Yeah, it was a good stroke and a good roll, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
I hate to think what he could have made today if some of those had dropped.
Mate, it's scary. He's still got quite a few holes to play, though. You never know. Now Chowdhury, can he follow Elson? Ah, not meant to be, and I scooted past a little bit.
Real frustration there for Chowdhury. That was a chance at 18 just to sort out what happened at 17, but I'm afraid from his point of view didn't quite happen. But still, nonetheless, another fine round of golf, and he'd just like to forget those 2 bogeys. Right then, let's get to the 14th and hear from John Morgan.
Well, we come to an absolute perler of a par 3, the 14th, and it really is special. We've got this little island in the middle here, beautiful lake, even got a fake shark to boot, look, absolutely gorgeous. I put a mark a little down here where I think final day's pin position will be, and you can see the boys ain't got much to play with. Bailout zone will be slightly to the left-hand side, but leaves you a bit of a lengthy putt. Now, half a club out, this is what's going to happen. Bang, in it goes, bunker, and what a tough cookie this is. Not much green to work with, got to stop it quick. If you want to give yourself a decent chance to get up and down to save your par. Water beyond, so you don't want to be too brave and thin one, and whew, you could rack up a mega number here at 14. Anyway, I always think, you know, ball middle of the stance, I can do this because I'm not going to get penalised. The refs aren't watching me at the moment. So you do that, get the weight central, down into the back of the ball, pop it, generate that little bit more spin, and hopefully it goes close. Oh, nearly hold it. But you take that, won't you? Tap that in, make your par, 14, now you're off to the tough 15th.
Yeah, Scott, this hole looks a bit otherworldly, doesn't it?
It does. It looks like something out of Vegas or Scottsdale. Beautiful looking hole and well described by John. Let's see what the boys can do.
So kind, Scotty. I might buy you a pint after this.
Well, that'll do then for Craig Hinton. Still certainly in the running today. And our first look at Howard.
Good strong player, great pedigree, great amateur career coming into the pro ranks. And look at that one, taking the flag out. Great shot. Now you can't hold another one, can he? This for birdie, this one's swinging from the left, a good 6 inches.
You wouldn't bet against him.
Oh, and he hasn't hit it, it's in the jaw.
Had the line, had the line.
So often it's difficult when you've had that flying start though, John, isn't it? Just to keep it going the last 5 or 6 holes.
It is.
Yeah, and with such a huge prize as well at the end, if he wins today, then that will give him a top 5 place at the end of this season. So lots of pressure for Smith.
Top 5, I reckon he'll win it, Simon.
Yeah, it could top the order of merit, certainly. With the big money on offer here at the Tour Championships, and Daniel Gavins will be trying his damnedest to make sure that doesn't happen. Good shot from him.
Hinton with a outside chance, you would say, from this distance. Has he given it a chance? He has, but a slight misread.
It's just coming from that right-hand side. We've seen Jordan Smith's putt. And that one done the same.
Yeah, real frustration. You're seeing that on the faces of the players. These are genuine opportunities. Now, Rye at 12.
Out with the 5 iron. Good old this 12th. Strong par 3. Feeds in from the left and feeds in from the right. The awkwardness of this is out on the far point of the golf course and the wind is howling out there. And it always picks up late on in the afternoon.
Still peppering the flags though, the boys. See if Busher can do the same from the fairway. Good control from Robbie Busher.
Wow. Now that's not easy. No green to work with, Scotty.
No.
And that gives you the weebie-jeebies, that does, doesn't it?
He even looked surprised himself there. I'm not sure whether he actually caught that as he wanted it, but
Yeah.
it worked out perfectly.
But this is a moment. Daniel Gavins desperately needing some birdies. Put the pressure on Jordan.
Oh, well played. Moves to 12 under. And I guess that's the one consolation, the fact that Smith hasn't kicked on after that start. Rather becalmed at 13 under.
Now Busher just to tidy up after that superb but maybe slightly unexpected result from the pitch.
I love it when a pro surprises himself. Good effort.
He's a happy man walking off that green.
All right. Can he follow Gavins? They're making mincemeat of this 12th hole at the moment. And there we go, another one. It's not an easy par 3.
No, I think it's testament to the quality of the greens though, John. These boys are rolling putts in from all sorts of distances.
God, this could be 3-2s if Howard knocks this one in. Oh, what a 3-ball. Won't beat that for the whole day. Can he get it? Oh. God.
Lovely bit of symmetry then at the 12th, and that will have some bearing on the leaderboard. The runaway train that was Jordan Smith has been rather derailed as he hits the closing stretch to his final round, but he still leads at 13 under. Daniel Gavins now just a single shot behind, and Hinton, Rye, Busher and the like will all still feel that they've got a chance here. Well, Jordan Smith started the day at 5 under, a staggering 7 shots off the leader Daniel Gavins, but so far he's put in a remarkable round to overhaul the deficit, and he's back in business.
Welcome back to Spain and Desert Springs. It's the climax of the season, the Tour Championship, and this is the final round. So let's get back to the action and join our commentators Johnny Morgan, Simon Golding and Scott Drummond.
Thanks, Sian. Well, this tournament getting very, very interesting indeed. That's how it stands at the moment. Smith with that single shot lead. Gavins just about recovering his composure after what has been a difficult week for him. But he's played some super golf. And this man, Aaron Rye as well, still very much in the mix and still striking the ball quite beautifully.
Yeah, great balance through that swing, isn't it, Scotty?
It is. Very, very nice.
Yeah, and he couldn't land a ball in a perfect spot there after his second. Now Jordan Smith at this interesting 16th hole, iron off the tee. 161 yards left in. 8 iron. Oh, flags it, but a little bit of backspin. There's a little slope there as well, feeding away from the flag.
That's a beautifully judged shot by Rye there.
Yeah, playing with some confidence at the moment, Aaron Rye. But for Smith, keeps leaving himself putts of round about this distance at the moment.
Yeah, this one up the hill, coming from the right-hand side, taking a little jump. It's going to break late. Oh, he hasn't hit it again.
Just run out of steam with that bit of a jump there early on, I think, John.
It was. Definitely took the steam out of it, like you said, Scotty. But that's another part. But I think, you know, I'm feeling it's going to be really close at the end because Jordan hasn't capitalised on some good birdie chances out there on the golf course, on the closing holes, especially when you got Aaron Rye just knocking in yet another birdie putt to get to 12 under.
Yeah, so Aaron moves into contention just a shot back alongside Gavins behind the leader Smith. And Hinton, don't count him out just yet. That one's a little bit hot on him.
Yeah, he's been a bit of a silent assassin, Hinton, really is, but that's a difficult par putt he's left himself there at 16. Now Gavins at 14.
Yeah, back to my favourite hole. The lost continent of 14. Well, these guys are dealing with this very, very well. Some serious pressure out there now. Remember, this is the whole season being compacted into these last few holes, and careers will be made and broken over the next hour or so. Oh, brilliant recovery from Hinton.
Yeah, that was superbly played. A lot of guys would have got the putter out there, but confident.
Yeah, the holes are running out though for Hinton. He needs a strong finish.
Let's take a look at 17 then, Scott.
Yeah, you'd feel it's within the driving capability for a lot of guys, but they're just going to play to the end of the fairway at about 230, leave themselves 100 yards in over these cacti and scrub to a green which is very narrow at the back, and the pin back position today guarded by those bunkers and a slope just short of the pin.
Well, that's the test facing this man Smith. What sort of distances would you guys be looking to leave off the tee?
Well, exactly this distance, 149 yards. 9 iron. Got to hit it high, land it soft. He's been perfect with his iron play so far. Has he got another one in the bag? He has. Look at that.
Same sort of distance though, away from the hole again.
Here we go. Good butcher at his swing. You like this one, Scotty?
Yeah, I do. It's very simple. Not too many moving parts. Up and down. Keeps his rhythm and his balance good.
Yeah, looks like a golf swing that will stand the test of time and pressure. Now Gavins needs to get in a birdie run. Oh, he's up and out of that. Is it going to scrape to the hole? No. Just that fringe just held up the ball a little bit. Come up shy.
Always difficult there. You want to give it a little bit extra through the fringe, but you don't want it going off in your hands and shooting 3, 4, 5 feet past at this stage.
Ugh, definitely not. Now this is a big moment, I feel, to get to 14 under. From the left, he's gone dead aim. Oh, and it's just hit the right edge of the hole and span out. I mean, how many putts has he missed coming in? Look at that. Oh.
Well, at least he gave it a chance this time, but he still can't get to 14 under, Jordan Smith, and that means the rest of the field starting to concertina up a little behind him.
And it's amazing the amount of times you finish a round like this after a great start and you feel a bit deflated and frustrated the last few holes, whereas if you'd started slowly and finished strong, you know, it's a different story.
It is. It is indeed. Momentum's in your favour. Aaron right here. Nice little putt there. That'll do the trick. Good crowds around this golf course. They've all come out in abundance, all wearing their shorts. It's so warm.
16 then, John. This is an interesting one.
It is indeed, and really and honestly, it takes driver out of play for you because it really bottlenecks down at the 140-yard mark from the green. So you hit the old 4 iron off the tee, maybe a 5, leaves you with about a 9 iron in with this pin back right as well to boot, and it slopes from back to front. Really is a tough cookie to get at because it's always going to drift back towards you. But I mean, if you miss this green as well, very tough up and down.
Birdie then from Rye means that he is now the joint leader, and you know that this young man will have done his homework on this course. Plotted his way around very nicely today, played within himself, and that's what you notice about his swing. Very rarely gets too quick on it. And that is, well, exactly where he wants to be.
Well, that's where you need to be. I mean, out of bounds is quite close on the right-hand side, and Wasteland's a good clubbing off that hole. Now, Jordan into 18.
Big shot here, John.
It is indeed, Scotty. Now, 191 yards left in, second shot, 7 iron. Can he get back there?
Oh, he's just not going to be able to set the mark that he wanted to set, and he's going to struggle to get to 14, isn't he?
That's a tough putt left. Now, Gavin's 16.
Now, Daniel Gavins, he's one of those players that is very consistent. That's largely down to his distance control. He has an uncanny ability, but he looks tired today. He looks like a haunted man in this final round. Just struggled with that side of his game.
Well, this is going to break early from left to right and then level out. This for birdie. He could set the tone.
Oh, no. Well, it doesn't get closer than that. But that mark of 14 under that Jordan Smith has been striving for really since the halfway point of this final round isn't going to happen. And the mark in the clubhouse is going to be 13 under for him. And that, well, sends a certain word into the brain, doesn't it? Playoff.
Yeah, it's a distinct possibility, shall we say. No, right. His distance control and course management has been great, but that was slightly out. See what Gavins has got in the locker.
Yeah, this boy don't hold back. Very aggressive. Oh, you can tell by the applause. That must be good, and there it is. 8 feet below the cup. We know where that comes from.
Now this for a very solid round of golf.
Oh, and that's so well played. I mean, he's going to be ruining the chances that he had coming in on the closing stages, but look at that. Blemish free, 64, 8 under par, 13 under, leader in the clubhouse.
Well, he knows it could have been better, but I think he should take what he's got today. It's a fabulous finish to his season. Will it be a reward for Jordan Smith at the end of the day? There are still players out there that can take it away from him. Robbie Busher just dissecting the fairway at 17, and Kit Alexander is with the clubhouse leader Jordan Smith at the back of 18.
It was a bit unfortunate on the last 3, like left a couple in the jaws and missed a fairly short one on 17, but no, I'm over the moon.
You got to 8 under for your round after just 12 holes. What's going through your mind at that point?
Not a lot, to be fair. It was all a bit sort of just in the moment, just getting on with it. So I was with my caddy, sort of having a laugh on the way around, sort of settle the nerves and just not think about things, like having a little sing along and just having a good laugh on the way around.
I mean, you know what that's like, Scotty. I mean, when you're in that bubble, it's just blinker time, isn't it?
It is. It's just the next shot that's in front of you. Get on with it, move to the next, stay focused.
Now, right, has he got the read? I think he had the read, just didn't have the pace. That was coming back towards the hole for his birdie.
Yeah, these are genuine chances now for the guys to win. Clubhouse lead of 13 under. Good to hear that Jordan Smith is happy with that. Can anyone get to it?
Well, Busher would need 2 eagles, so I think we can count him out of that. But he can still have a great finish.
Amen.
Gavins then to join our clubhouse leader on 13 under.
Should have had a little read off the previous putt, but he didn't. Missed it on the low side as well, John.
Yeah, you thought he'd have gone to school there on Aaron's, but he didn't. Yeah, ruined his mistake there. Now Busher, this one holds its line firm and straight. Looks like it's going to come towards us here from left to right, but it doesn't. I think he just went the old right edge there. Might have just leaked a little bit from left to right at the very end.
Yeah, so that's put Robbie Busher out of contention, I'm afraid. But these 2 boys are still in it, right, with Gavins alongside him at 17. Can Rye find a shot over these closing 2 holes to take it away from everybody?
Just needs to find the fairway so he can have ultimate control. Oh, that's running. Oh no, he's not going to like that when he gets up there, especially with that tight pin position, Scotty.
Yeah, exactly. Imperative to stay on the fairway. Let's see if Gavins can get his ball up there, just about 5 yards short of the previous ball, would be perfect.
Oh no, this is kicking on into the rough stuff. Right, John, at 18.
Well, Desert Springs, here we are, 18th hole, final destinations for these chaps. Have you got the minerals? Now, X marks the spot. It's bang on line there. It's about 224 if you're going to run out. Then it's slightly dog's legs from left to right, leaving you an awkward second shot to a green. That is absolutely massive. Dead aim, breeze slightly into, off the left. Take it on. Right, that is the first job done. Straight at the X, maybe just drifting slightly to the left. But because I hit the right club, I'm in position A. Let's go and have a look. Now, left edge of this green, drift it from left to right. Ball's going to stop. The greens are soft. Now, soft little forehand, going to fade it. The pin today is at the front. I'm going to just aim just right of it, drift it off that to the right, to the back part of this green. Go ball. Be as good as you look. See if I knock that T-peg off. If I do, my mates are going to run on the green and cover me in champagne. Come on, baby. Go, ball. Go, 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 go. He's in, my son. He's in. Birdie time. I tell you what, 20,000 spondoolies in your skyrocket, champion of Desert Springs, grand final. Loving it!
John Morgan pumped up there, understandably so, as he signs off with his final feature of the season. Well done, John. And that's how things stand on our leaderboard. Busher then at 18, not quite going to happen for him. He was looking for decent scores over the last few holes, but it hasn't come to fruition, but he's still playing well.
Iron off the tee for Busher, and that is a common place where all the players are going to be hitting their first shot off this 18th tee.
And let's see what control Gavins can get here from this sticky rough.
Looked a pretty good lie there, this guy.
Oh, yeah.
It was. He was able to get some control on it. This doesn't look quite so good.
You can see a lot of the ball, but you can't really see the grass behind it. Digging this one out. Oh, no. Now that is a really awkward chip. Staying on the fringe, coming over the rise, down and away from right to left. Oh, this is we're gonna see all the skills Aaron's got to offer here with his third.
Yeah, that could be a tournament changer right there for Rye. For Hinton, he's had some tournament changes over the last few holes, unfortunately. And what threatened Scott to be a fabulous round, unfortunately, has drifted away for him.
Yeah, it's a painful finish. 3 bogeys to sign off, and he'll be bitterly disappointed. Maybe just pushing a little bit too hard, but, you know, I'm sure he's given it his all.
Good player, though. Name to watch for the future, no doubt about that. And back to this chip, John. This is a bit scary.
It is indeed. I mean, how high is he going to go? Is he going to use the contours, use the fringe? Aerial route, little bit of spin. Oh, and that's so well played. That's confidence right there. That is confidence.
Yeah, he kept it so smooth, didn't he? Got the ball to come out really soft.
Well, when you're a bit tense, you don't really get a backswing. You have the shortest, quickest backswing, and then all of a sudden you make a bit of a fool of yourself, as we see Richard Patrick just knocking it in there for par, shooting a nice little round of 2 under par 70. And not a bad week for the Irishman.
Yeah, talented player. But back to the action here at the Tour Championships in terms of where this title goes. Gavins needs a birdie over these last 2 holes.
Yeah, what a time this would be to roll one in the middle. Oh. And he has. Cool as a cucumber.
Mate, how unbelievable is that? That is perfect timing. Goes down 18 now, and if he can make birdie down 18, we might be looking at our champion.
Absolutely. Rye needs this for a recovery to stay at 13 under. Well played, Aaron Rye, and that's made things very interesting indeed. Both men go to the 18th tee, and they can still win it.
No, Busher out with a strong 7-iron. Can he get it all the way back? Little twiddle with the club. Oh, he liked that.
He did. From the moment he hit it, he loved that, didn't he, John?
He did indeed. Now, game plan. This man sticks to game plans like you wouldn't believe. I spoke to him at the beginning of the week. really enthusiastic, and here he is on 18 with a chance to win. Oh, hold up. Oh, it has.
He might just have got away with that, you know. It's moments like that that can change a tournament.
And this could be a nice little finish to get the double figures. Can he do it? Yes! Front door job. Just walked straight through it, and there it is, a 69. 10 under par, double figures. Great week for Robbie Busher.
Yeah, well played, Robbie. Entertainment on this final green. As John said, big crowd out to watch the players come home. Now, how much further can Gavins and Rye entertain? This is shot of the season for Gavins.
Good rhythm there, good balance again. Found the surface, but that's a long and fairly tricky putt, I would say, to get the pace on it at this stage of the game.
Similar kind of putt from Jordan Smith earlier, just a little bit further out. As we see Aaron now able to go to school with Gavins. This could be the magic moment. He's staring it down.
Oh, beautiful stuff. Well, both men with chances at 18, and Jordan Smith will be watching carefully. Well, it really is a compact and powerful swing from Gavins, and thoughtful from Rye. That's the way he plays his golf.
And this is tense stuff here. You can hear a pin drop around this green.
This for the lead then for Gavins.
Comes off the left, coming down the hill, straightens out.
He's got the pace, has he?
Oh, just short. Beautiful putt though.
Can you, Adam, believe it? That was such a good stroke. And he knows fraction bit more, and that was in the heart.
Taps it in to finish the tournament at 13 under, tying with Jordan Smith in the clubhouse.
And you can just see that awkward start there, Scotty, though.
Yeah, just going to say, that's a really good, solid finish after that slightly awkward start for him. Got his focus back. Now, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. This for the win for Aaron Rye.
Just up against the collar, which might make it slightly awkward.
There is a little jump. Is it going to be on line? No. Oh, it's down the left-hand side. Now you know what that means.
Yeah, we're going to a playoff, boys. We're going to a playoff. Oh, wow. Drama to finish off this year's EuroPro Tour season. Rye then needs to roll this in to be part of a three-way playoff heading back to the tee. Well, he'll be ruining those chances, and I wonder mentally which player will be feeling the best as they head down to that 18th.
Yeah, look at that for around 67 to get him in the mix into the playoff at 13 under. Good solid round from Aaron Rye, just a little blemish coming at 10.
Well, it's always the case come the end of the season, but if you can get yourself a good finish at the Tour Championships, then that can make anything possible. And my goodness me, some players in there who gave it a really good go today. But Smith, Rye and Gavins will be going back down the 18 again to decide who wins. And as we move down through the list, just look at that tight 18th, Gary King, two-time winner on the tour. He's going to have to wait and see if he can get his card come the end of the season. The stage is set then for a three-way playoff. Daniel Gavins, the leader at the start of the final round, faces playing partner Aaron Rye and the man who stormed through the field, overturning a 7-shot lead, Jordan Smith, who will claim the title after the break.
Well, it's all got very tense here at Desert Springs. We've gone into a playoff. It's got quite technical, so I brought in Kit Alexander. Kit, you've worked out the maths. What's going on?
I've had my calculator out. Now, whoever wins the playoff today will top the order of merit and get their Challenge Tour card. However, for Jordan Smith and Dan Gavins, they have to win to finish in the top 5. Also into the mix, we've got Gary King, who started the week 4th in the order of merit. Unless Aaron Rye wins the playoff and the Tour Championship, he will miss out on his Challenge Tour card. So it really is all to play for in this playoff.
This is life-changing, isn't it, Kit?
Absolutely. This takes them on to the next level in their career, as well as the £20,000 winner's cheque for today. This really could be the springboard that takes them to the European Tour, or miss out and you may never get that chance again.
Oh, tough stuff there. Well, let's get straight back to the action.
Thanks, Sian, and thanks, Kit, for setting the scene. Oh, my goodness. Enough pressure out there already for these guys without even contemplating that, as the referee just qualifies exactly what the order of play is going to be. Let's take another look at the 18th.
Yeah, and what an 18th hole it is. And you're going to see a good butcher's here where they're going to be hitting their second shots. It's going to be a right about now where the ball's going to be landing. It's going to open up for the second shot, which has got a monstrous green, 65 yards long, water running down the left, wrapping around the back, 2 bunkers here on the right hand side with the out of bounds just there on the right as well. So if you leak it out, 2 bunkers at the back, great long green. It's going to make for a great final hole and a playoff hole here to see who's going to be the winner. Which one out of these 3 is going to do it? Who knows?
All about positioning the tee shot then correctly. They've had plenty of practice at it this week, but who can do it under the severest of pressure? And that's exactly where they need to be landing the ball to get a sight of the green.
I mean, you could hit driver, but the thing is, the risk in it is so vast. I mean, it's so tight down there, and you've got to take on the corner. So the sensible play, like Jordan's doing, and Gavin's before him, just hitting the iron off the tee, no more than probably a 5, just for, you know, for position A.
Yeah, I think it's all about getting that tee shot in position, like you say, John, rather than going for it with the big dog. And once you're in position, you know, it's then who's got the guts to take on the flag and be aggressive with the approach shot.
Yeah, here, look at that. Nice little whip through the ball. Found right. And there it is, stopping dead, right on a dime.
Yes, the 3 playoff amigos in position. Let's take a look at these swings.
There you go, Aaron Wright first. I mean, what do you think of this baby, Scotty?
Yeah, I've said all year he's got a very simple technique as well. Doesn't rush anything, he's got his game plan and he sticks to it.
Now, this boy up top built like a brick. Strong dude. Powers it out there. 211 he's got to this back left pin.
Yeah, he was eyeing it down for good reason as well. Bang on line.
Cool, that looked good in the air.
Yeah, determined to get the distance this time. Didn't want to be short like he was in regulation. Now, Rye hit a beautiful shot in regulation play. Can he follow it in again?
A little bit short of 202. Ooh. Oh, and that's dived in. That's a bit furry back there. It's going to be hard for him to find the ball.
Bit of adrenaline maybe, just giving him an extra 5 yards more than he expected.
Well, Smith is the man that's been sat in the clubhouse waiting to see if 13 under was good enough.
Well, cut the corner a little bit more. 187 left in for Jordan. A little bit blocked out by the palm trees. Oh, and look at that. Oh, my goodness.
Well, Gavin's now in pole position. Both his playing partners pretty much out of things at the moment. Some recovery work needed. Let's take a look at this Gavin swing.
Nice wide arc, and then he just drops it straight in there, punches it away. Not much of a divot either, just nips it off the top. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah, very shallow. And that's the thing, first blood, he got his ball on the green and made it tough for these guys now.
Well, this is going to be awkward for Aaron. Just get it on the dance floor. It's going to feed all the way down to the hole. Oh, this could go.
Oh,
what
exquisite.
a touch.
Absolutely exquisite. And Gary King, he'll be Aaron Rye's biggest fan, won't he?
Oh, not half.
He needs Aaron Rye to win this tournament, and then he's got his card.
Well, here's a flare shot whenever you see one. Ball below the stance. Able to get the feet in the bunker, though, which is saving grace. Oh, it's come out a bit flat and hot. A little bit of late spin helped in there, Scotty.
Yeah, it did. It was slightly awkward. Like you say, he was lucky to get both feet in the bunker. But he's still got some work to do there under pressure, as all these guys are. So much at stake, as we've been saying all day.
But this is what you live and dream about, isn't it?
Yeah, in at the deep end. That's what you want.
Now, Gavin's not much moving in this. Is this the moment? Is this the moment? Halfway, looking good.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he hasn't hit it again. That's 2 times in a row he's played 18 now.
Opportunities gone begging. Gavin's rolls it in. So he will be going back to the 18th, but only if his playing partners can find the hole.
Now, this is huge. He's out of this. If this misses, clutch putt to keep it going for Jordan.
Oh.
It is.
Oh, what a brilliant finish to the season. Jordan Smith still in it.
Yeah, that's a wonderful up and down from a tricky spot. Keeps his dream alive.
Well, that's the way to celebrate them. Rye then makes it 3 men going back to the tee. Brilliant stuff from all 3 guys. Drama in the first playoff, and after that inconclusive opening playoff hole, the 3 contenders going back to the 18th tee, and this time around it was Jordan Smith that came within a whisker of a birdie that could have settled the matter. And the miss and 2 pars for Ryan Gavins meant that we went back to the 18th tee for a 3rd time with all 3 men still intact.
All in similar places off the tee. Again, Gavins 213 out, 6 iron.
It's a big 6 iron to get it back there today.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Very unlucky to catch the downslope there. Half a club more and he would have landed on the flat. Now here we go, Smith.
Oh, that sounded a sweet strike. Just leaning a little bit. Is it drifting to the left? No, straight at it. All right, 194.
The usual controlled rhythm from Rye. What's he got here? Asking for it to go.
Oh, it could come over. It's going to gain a little yard. Not as much as I thought.
Well, under the pressure that these guys are under, they are performing quite brilliantly at the moment, and still nothing to separate our 3 contenders to win the Tour Championship here at Desert Springs. But a tricky one here for Gavins.
It is. Down and away, thick rough. Oh, and he's got it a little bit thin there. Maybe like bounced on him, or just came up a little bit too soon and semi-thinned it a little bit. But that's a tough break and a tricky putt coming back.
Here we go. Are we going to see a long putt seal this Tour Championship?
Oh, this has got pace. Oh, and it hits the hole. My goodness, the drama just keeps on going.
Well, this crowd being royally entertained in the closing acts of this season. Smith just unlucky. Rye once again can take it away from everybody.
Gary King wants this to go in. Aaron Rye for it. He's tracking. He hasn't hit it. Oh, and there he is. There's his mate, Jack Colgate.
Well, dramatic stuff once again, and Aaron Rye and Jordan Smith, they can go back to the tee. But what about Gavins? He's got to do like Jordan Smith did on the first playoff hole. He's got to hold this.
Yeah, it's in or go home.
Oh, it's go home, I'm afraid. And it's brutal, isn't it, at this level? Oh, that's a tough one for Daniel Gavins to take. Considering the lead he had at the start of today, that's a tough one.
Yeah, 4 shots coming into the final day. It's a tough break for the young man. He's a good player, he'll be back. Now Smith, can he polish off and send this into another playoff hole? Yes, he can. Here we go again.
Round and round we go until we've got ourselves a winner. Daniel Gavins, though, is out. Playoff hole 4 then. Jordan Smith against Aaron Rye. And now it's going to be last man standing will win everything.
Yeah, there's no question that the dynamic changes as well when you drop down to 2 players in a playoff. Pure head-to-head.
Yeah, the nerves will be jangling. And there we go. 5 iron out. Look at this swing. Just one piece take away. Smooth as silk. Strong lad, isn't he? Really gets the right hand turning over nicely. Great release through the ball. Long extension. All right. Good strike. It looks like it might be feeling a little bit more right than he has in the previous shots. Oh, it is.
It is, but it's perfect, isn't it, John?
No, you couldn't go and place that any better. And here you go. 2 lovely swings here. 2 guys that stay on the range forever and a day, beating balls, making it so they can just repeat, repeat, repeat under the pressure. And it's Jordan Smith to go first at 187 yards, 7 iron in hand to this back left pin.
Yeah, you won't mind this. Chance to put a marker down here, match play style. Put some pressure on. And again, similar sort of region that we've seen a lot of players hit to. It's giving them some problems, isn't it, this back flag?
It is, most definitely. They know all the dangers at the back. And when you're first to go, you've got to find the surface, which is what he did. And let's see what Rye can do.
Was that a double cross?
Oh, is that the water? It is. Big splash from Aaron Rye. And that might be the big finish for him. Aaron Rye, I'm afraid, swimming with the fishes. Kid Alexander is speaking to Daniel Gavins.
You battled incredibly hard out there today. You've not been feeling well. You still went out and shot a really good round. Are you proud of how you've performed overall?
Yeah, the last 2 days I played well. I wasn't feeling very well, and today I probably felt worse today. So I just didn't have any energy, and you know, the last few holes in the playoff, just running on nothing.
You said you were treating this as a bit of preparation for Q School. You've performed incredibly well in difficult circumstances. That must give you lots of hope going into next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'll go home tonight, try and relax for a bit, and then we'll fly out on Wednesday and, you know, and try and get it done there.
Okay, penalty drop for Rye. Playing 4. Got to chip this in, John.
Yeah, it's up over a rise. It feeds down towards the stick. Pops it. It's got pace. Can it hit the flag? Oh no. You know Gary King's going to be looking at that now, just shaking his head in, you know, disbelief. Winning 2 tournaments. Could be not getting his card as we look now at Jordan Smith. 2 putts.
Well, you know what they say. If you've got them, take them. He'd love to do it in style, but he's going to do it with a slightly more circumspect approach. He's got that one, if Aaron Rye holds out for the tournament.
And a few Southwester boys there, ready for the old shampoo.
Not the finish Rye was dreaming of. And I'm afraid he's not going to ask Jordan Smith the question at the end of this Tour Championship. Well, it's a shame that it should come to this, because it's been a fabulous tournament and they've provided us with some superb entertainment on this playoff. But Jordan Smith now is the man that will be crowned champion for the season. And it does mean, as well, with that £20,000 going into the bank, that he will also take the race to Desert Springs title. And there it is. Jordan Smith's done it. Fabulous performance today and a thoroughly deserved win. He is the Tour champion and the overall champion in the race to Desert Springs for the season. Brilliant performance from him when the pressure was on, and thoroughly deserved. And there you go, John, there's your shampoo, and he's been thoroughly coated.
Oh, well deserved. He really is. Played fantastic here the last day, hasn't he, Scotty?
Yeah, I think to shoot that sort of score on the final day under that sort of pressure, he thoroughly deserves it, as we said.
Well, the celebrations can begin, because Jordan Smith has nailed it. He is the Tour champion for 2015 here at Desert Springs.
Jordan, you've just won the Matchroom Sport Tour Championship on the 4th extra hole. How are you feeling?
As you can see, just been covered in champagne, but no, I'm over the moon. It was tough, mentally, physically drained, but no, I'm over the moon.
That win also sees you top the EuroPro Tour Order of Merit. You're on the Challenge Tour next season.
Yep.
How's that going to be?
That's the icing on the cake. So just looking forward to doing it now, getting on Challenge Tour. So
you've had 2 wins in your rookie professional season, top the Order of Merit. That must be far above and beyond your expectations.
Yeah, no, I was. My target was to get 1, and to get this second one, it's gone above and beyond what I was expecting. So I'm over the moon.
Well, it's been an amazing season for Aaron Rye as well. A near miss on the Tour Championship, but a top 5 finish is the compensation, and he's talking with Kid Alexander.
Aaron, you've just lost in the playoff to finish 2nd, but that is enough for you to finish in the top 5 and get your Challenge Tour card for next season. So how are you feeling?
Feeling great about Challenge Tour. That was the main goal at the start of the week and the start of the year, so over the moon to have a Challenge Tour card. Obviously a little bit disappointed with the playoff, but Jordan deserved it. Had a great round today, played well all week, so congratulations to him as well.
Confirmation then of how the race to Desert Springs has finished for the 2015 season. Jordan Smith's massive win rockets him to the top of the standings, and he gets his Challenge Tour card along with Aaron Rai, courtesy of his second place here in Spain, with Darren Wright, Sam Connor and Marcus Armitage all doing enough at Desert Springs to add to their victories earlier in the season and make it through. Spare a thought though for Gary King and Daniel Gavins, tough to lose right at the final event. Congratulations though to our top 5, and in particular to our Tour Championship winner, Jordan Smith. And it didn't stop there either. He also won Rookie of the Year to make it 3 trophies for Jordan. Not a bad week's work.
Well, a phenomenal result there for a champagne-soaked Jordan Smith in perhaps what was the most nail-biting and phenomenal playoff we've ever seen in EuroPro Tour history.